Hi, Studio Recapped here. Today, we're going to talk about a movie called Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, which belongs to the action and fantasy genres. Spoiler alert is on, watch out and take care. The movie begins with a story from the past. Wenwu, a powerful man, finds 10 magical rings that grant him limitless power and immortality. With this power, he builds his empire and spends centuries conquering lands and destroying his enemies. Although he was the most powerful man in the world, he was not satisfied and desired more. Your likes and comments give us the same unlimited power, so please don't be stingy. In 1996, Wenwu enters a magical forest in search of the legendary village of A Lo. The forest guides him toward the village gates, where he meets a woman named Lai, the village guardian. She is an amazing woman with extraordinary powers. Li uses the powers of nature to defeat Wenwu. Their battle is a mix of martial arts and magic. In the end, Li defeats Wenwu, but the fight leads to a romantic relationship. Despite the villagers' opposition, Li falls in love with Wenwu and marries him. The result of their love is a son named Shang-Chi and a daughter named Xialing. A time jump takes us to the present. Shang-Chi has grown up and now works as a parking valet in San Francisco under the name Sean. Sean's girlfriend is named Katy. She also works as a parking valet with him. Katy's family disapproves of her job, but Katy is happy with Sean and satisfied with her unusual job. During a daily commute, Sean and Katy are attacked by mercenaries from the Ten Rings organization on a city bus. Their leader, a man named Razor Fist, has immense strength with an iron hand. Sean gets into a fight with him. The bus driver is injured and Katy takes control of the bus and drives it. Razor Fist tells Sean that something bad is going to happen to him and his sister, then tries to steal the necklace from Sean's neck. In the action-packed scenes, Sean reveals his martial arts skills. During a tumultuous battle with Razor Fist, Katy, who is driving the damaged bus, crashes it into things until the back of the bus separates. Sean moves to the front of the bus and escapes from the mercenaries. But when he looks at his neck, he realizes that Razor Fist has stolen his necklace. Sean, who had received an invitation card from his sister, travels to Macau to warn her. Katy had never known anything about Sean's past, but now she learns that Sean was trained in martial arts as a child. After their mother's death, their father, who abandoned the Ten Rings, starts thinking about power again, and Sean grows up learning to kill. Sean struggles hard to prove himself to Wenwu. A few years later, his father sends him on a mission to kill someone, but Sean leaves and never returns. This is the story Sean tells Katy. When they arrive at the address on the card, they find themselves at a large underground fight club. People there are betting and fighting. The man in charge of the fights tells Sean, "If you fight, I will tell you where your sister is." Sean agrees. When he enters the ring, he realizes the person he is fighting is his sister. Here, it becomes clear that Xialing also has exceptional martial arts skills. After Sean left, she had to build an independent life and was very upset with him for abandoning her. Sean doesn't want to fight, but Xialing, angry and upset, fights him. It's an exciting battle, and in the end, Xialing defeats Sean. Sean realizes that his sister hadn't sent in that card. Meanwhile, Wenwu and his forces attack the underground fight club. Xialing leaves her brother to avenge her childhood. Sean and Katy try to escape through the scaffolding outside and fight with the forces. While Katy is falling from the scaffolding, Xialing saves her and joins them. Sean, Xialing, and Katy try to escape, and we witness some exciting action scenes here. During the battle, they are defeated. Wenwu comes for them and eventually takes all three of them to his lair. Here, we learn that after their mother's death, Wenwu had tormented Xialing, not allowing her to have a say or participate in any battles. Wenwu tells his children that he believes Li is still alive and imprisoned in Lo. He then provides reasons for his belief, and using the necklaces of his two children as substitutes for the eyes of a dragon statue, magically reveals the way to a Lo. Wenwu has been searching for these necklaces for this purpose. With the help of the rings, he plans to return to the village, fight the people, and free his wife. Shang-Chi opposes the idea of attacking A Lo. When Wenwu faces their opposition, he angrily orders them imprisoned. They decide to escape and reach Lo before Wenwu to prevent the war. Lo is a village based on energy and magic, and it is not possible for just anyone to enter. Now that Wenwu knows the way there, a big battle is imminent. They escape with the help of an actor who was imprisoned by Wenwu. They barely manage to reach the village, as the trees of the forest begin moving as soon as the car moves from behind and in front. The presence of the actor has map reading skills, along with a strange animal that understands their language, helps him a lot. After reaching the village, they encounter a peaceful place with good people and large animals. Initially, the villagers intend to attack them, but upon the arrival of a woman who was Shang-Chi and Xialing's aunt, the villagers calm down. The woman's name was Ying Nan. When she learns that Wen was planning to attack them, she tells the children that their people have been preparing for an attack for a long time. This is because there are demonic creatures dwelling in a cave that summon people to attack in order to free their loved ones, which will open the cave and unleash the wild creatures, destroying everything. This cave is where Wenwu believes Li is imprisoned. From that moment, everyone prepares to stop Wenwu and prevent the cave from opening when he arrives. In the village, people live equally regardless of gender. Shang-Chi asks Xiang to teach him how to defeat Wenwu like his mother did and trains with her. Here, we learn the truth. After marrying Wenwu, Li convinced him to give up everything they had and start a peaceful life from scratch. Wenwu agrees. The people of Alo, who considered Wenwu their enemy due to his attack on their village, attack his home. At that moment, Wenwu is not home. Li sends their children inside and begins fighting alone, paying for her husband's mistake. Li kills everyone, but ultimately she dies. After Li's death, Wenwu breaks his promise and seeks revenge on her killer. Wenwu and his forces arrive at Alu. When Wenwu sees the people preventing him from heading to the cave, a confrontation breaks out between them. Shang-Chi asks his father to stop fighting and accept that Li is dead. However, the voice of Li from inside the cave calling for Wenwu to save her keeps him from calming down. They fight each other, but the 10 rings in Wenwu's hands have made him very strong, and Shang-Chi is unable to stop him. Wenwu strikes him and throws him into the water. Then he heads toward the cave and begins pounding on it with his magical powers. With every powerful strike, small, dragon-like creatures are released and come towards the people. The villagers try to make Wenwu's people understand that they must unite and fight against a common enemy. While the villagers and Wenwu's people fight the enemy, Shang-Chi, who was thrown into the water, recalls his mother's words before her death, opens his eyes, and suddenly emerges from the water with a strange dragon. This dragon is actually the legendary dragon of Alo, and it fights the dark enemies, destroying them. Shang-Chi goes after Wenwu and fights him again. This time, during the battle, the golden rings are in Shang-Chi's hands, which increases power, and he doesn't get defeated by Wenwu like before. Shang-Chi begs Wenwu to join his family, but at that moment, a terrifying dark and demonic dragon bursts out of the cave. The huge and terrifying dragon frightens everyone. Dragon captures Wenwu. Wenwu surrenders and passes his rings to Shang-Chi. After Wenwu's death, everyone must now fight against this terrifying enemy. Xialing, who had been with the villagers, joins Shang-Chi. Here, we witness an epic battle with exciting action scenes between the wild dragon and the others. At that moment, Katy, who had started learning archery after arriving in the village, carefully aims at the dragon's throat and shoots. Interestingly, her shot hits the target perfectly. The 2 dragons engage in an exciting battle. Finally, with the help of the legendary Elo dragon, Shang-Chi, and his 10 magical rings, along with Xialing, they defeat the demonic dragon. While any villagers are lost, they succeed in defeating the enemy. The villagers hold a memorial for the lost lives to bring peace to the village and celebrate this victory. Afterward, Shang-Chi and Katy return to San Francisco. They tell their friends about the events they experienced, but their friends think they are on drugs and making up stories. Meanwhile, a man named Wong magically enters through a golden ring and asks Shang-Chi and Katy to go with him and help him. The two pass through the golden ring with the man, shocking everyone.